dismissed. The reason? Now that Fernandez has been reinstated and was never completely fired in the first place, the motion argues he can no longer make the claim that he was deprived of property or employment without due process. Another claim that his character and conduct were tarnished was also challenged, with the AG's office claiming Fernandez cannot prove the board publicly disclosed any stigmatizing statements related to his case. It says although allegations contained in the bill of particulars was leaked to the media, it was never publicly communicated or approved by the board. In fact, the bill of particulars was only signed by attorney Gary Gumatautau and reviewed by former chair Lourdes San Nicolas before it was given to Fernandez's attorney. GEB member Ron McNinch said he's unconcerned with the litigation, adding the department has more important things to worry about.
The lawyers can go back and forth all they want to, and they can, go back and forth to the court all they want to, but the reality is we have a school system to run. We have leadership issues to worry about. We want John back on board with us, and that's the bottom line.
He said while Fernandez and the board are essentially in agreement with remaining issues, including lawyer fees and contractual issues, a vote is needed to resolve the matter completely. When asked if the issues will be resolved next Tuesday, he said,
I'm pretty confident, because I think that the board and John, at least the board subcommittee and John, are in substantial agreement on a lot of things. And so there's 4 members that have talked to him, and it takes 5 to really do anything. And we're pretty much in agreement on almost everything we've talked about.
The special GEB meeting is scheduled for Tuesday at 4 p.m. at CL Taitano Elementary. Back to you.
Thanks, Issa, for that report.
Well, another news tonight, in the interest of moving the procurement forward, DPW has agreed to include cost as an evaluation factor in the contentious request for proposal involving the renovation of Simon Sanchez High School and dozens of others. In its latest protest, Cortec International's primary complaint was that the RFP failed to include cost. While DPW Deputy Director Felix Benavente tells KUAM News, including cost as an evaluation factor to not be required by law, in the interest of avoiding delays associated with appeals, it will be included in an amended RFP to be issued soon.
We finally have some details as to what prompted Thursday's lockdown at DL Perez Elementary School. According to court documents, a cafeteria worker was allegedly threatened by a man known to her. That man was identified as 45-year-old Daryl Nathan, who allegedly struck her earlier in the week, forcing her to leave the home and stay with family. The victim arrived to work the next day, where Nathan followed her into the Jigo campus, accusing her of having an affair and demanding she come home. To avoid arguments, she complied, but later returned to work and informed her supervisors. When interviewed by police, Nathan denied striking the woman, but said he put his hand in front of her face and then slapped the car brakes, where she was thrown forward and collided with the back of his hand. Nathan was charged with family violence, criminal mischief, harassment, and criminal trespass. He remains in custody on $2,000 cash bail.
Well, we have some input now from island leaders as well as the chief of police following yesterday's big verdict of ex-cop Mark Tory Jr. With that report, here's Nick Delgado.
It's now an entire day, an emotional moment. After the jury came out from deliberations, former GPD officer Mark Tory Jr. walked out of the Superior Court of Guam Thursday afternoon following the reading of the verdict. Guilty of negligent homicide and aggravated assault in third degree, along with the special allegations of possession and use of a deadly weapon in the commission of a felony. Tory Jr. was tried for the 2015 shooting death of Officer Bert Piolo. Late today, Chief of Police J.I. Cruz issuing this statement. This incident had a crushing and devastating effect on the families, friends, and co-workers of both officers. An investigation was conducted, a trial was held, and the jury rendered a verdict. Sergeant Alberto Piolo was a fine officer and beloved by many. He was loyal, hardworking, and dedicated to his job and the criminal justice community on our island. Mark Tory Jr. was also a hard-working officer and a decorated war veteran who had a promising future ahead. The Guam Police Department lost 2 great officers as a result of this incident, and there really are no winners in this case. Many of us are still reeling from the events that occurred on that fateful morning, and we cannot change that. However, we can all choose to do good and make a positive difference amongst ourselves and for the community as a whole. We would like to call upon everyone that was affected in any way, shape, or form to bring healing through positive thoughts, words, and actions so that we may all recover from this tragic event. Meantime, Legislative Public Safety Chair Talina Nelson expressing her thoughts for the PLOs. She says she also knew Tory Jr. from the time he served in the National Guard.
It was a little bit of mixed emotions, right? Because I understand the loss and the hurt of the family who lost Officer Piolo, and I'm very sorry for their loss.
Officer Piolo also worked executive security for the Lieutenant Governor, Ray Tenorio. He only had this to say in response to the verdict.
I think this entire thing has been tragic for both families.
Tory Jr. will remain under house arrest until his sentencing hearing on June 21st. He faces a max of 28 years in prison. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Nick Delgado.
A slight scare in Tumon last night. Let's take a look at this picture sent to KUAM. The Typhoon Slingshot ride in Tumon is seen here, stuck midair while two tourists were on the ride. Company management telling us the pulley system somehow snagged as the riders were being lowered to the ground. They were up there for about 10 minutes. The Guam Fire Department responded as a precaution, but fortunately no one was injured. You see here the pair are all smiles and showing thumbs up after they made it to the ground safely. Slingshot workers will test and inspect the ride to ensure it works properly. They hope to have it reopened by this Sunday.
And we do have some good news to report tonight to several of you, as if you're waiting for a tax refund, our friends at Adeloop have announced that a total of $1 million in tax refunds were paid today. The refunds were for those filed up through January the 10th, coming out to about 254 checks. According to Adeloop, the goal is now to pay $1 million in tax refunds.
Stay tuned. We're back with more news after the break.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming, KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
Do you want to get discounts at local restaurants like Lone Star, CPK, Capricciosa, Delmonico Kitchen and Bar, Manhattan Steakhouse, Tony Roma's, and lots more? What about 25% off on all natural and organic items at Payless Supermarkets daily? It's all part of Guam's largest rewards club, the Calvo's Lifestyle Club. Join today for free as an added benefit to being a Calvo's Insurance customer. Just show your Lifestyle Club card at over 50 of our rewards partners to start saving more. It's just one of the ways Calvo's Insurance helps you live a better lifestyle.
Hi, I'm interested in one of your new Samsung devices.
I have the one just for you.
We're increasing the amount of 4G LTE data on our new rate plans, giving people more of what they want to do more of the things they want.
So what do you think?
Nice.
There's no place on Guam like Chuck E. Cheese's. It's tons of fun with so many games, and parties are a blast. Where everyone party at Guam. Call and book party today.
Connect with KUAM News. Find us on your favorite social media platform. Follow us and stay in the know with Guam's news leader.
Welcome back to Primetime, everybody. The Port Authority of Guam will not have to pay a $14 million award to YTK Corporation, at least until a motion for reconsideration is heard in April. That decision was handed down Friday just before a legislative oversight hearing on the issue. Nestor Lecanto has more.
Superior Court Judge Anita Socola issued her ruling one day after the two sides presented their arguments on a motion to put off YTK's bid to get the port to pay up. In her decision, Sokola said she considered the port's arguments about potential irreparable harm and, in an abundance of caution, found that a stay in the execution of the $14 million judgment was warranted. But the judge also reserved consideration on the merits of the case because such arguments, she wrote, will be made during an April 6th hearing on the port's motion for reconsideration. Port Legal Counsel Mike Phillips advised such during a legislative oversight hearing by Transportation Committee Chairman Frank Uggan Jr.
Of course, if that, Mr. Chair, did not or does not go our way, then we would ask for an identical stay pending appeal. And I believe that the GM has presented a number of the issues that we believe are such that the Supreme Court, I believe, inevitably will address.
Port General Manager Joanne Brown laid out the port's position in her presentation to the committee. She said the port's key argument is that the lease with YTK was void because it exceeded the term limit set by the legislature. But YTK Representative Eduardo Champ Calvo submitted written testimony rebutting the port's position, pointing out that an arbitration panel has already heard and reviewed all testimony and evidence and determined that YTK's development agreement and lease is valid. The statement goes on to say that the Supreme Court has clearly and unambiguously held that the legality was for the arbitrators to decide. The sides will again face off early next month in what is now a 10-year-long legal battle. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
An audit of the Guam Retirement Fund rendered a clean opinion by independent evaluators. According to their report, the retirement fund ended fiscal year 2016 with a $64.6 million increase in net position for the defined benefit plan and a $54.9 million increase in net position for the defined contribution plan. The Guam OPA notes this is a significant improvement from the previous fiscal year. However, the OPA did have concern about the new hybrid plan for DC members, noting that the average retirement account balance of plan members is $40,000, which is not enough to support their basic needs, maintain a comfortable standard of living, and last their lifetime. You can read the findings by going to opaguam.org.
Governor Calvo is back home and ready to give his State of the Island address. He does that next week, Monday. It's the first time he'll be giving the address at the historic Congressional Building downtown since its renovation. He is expected to talk about his efforts to strengthen the island's relationship with Uncle Sam and how the territory is capable of growing without the military building. The chief executive is also expected to run through ideas to rebuild the capital city on top of speaking on issues surrounding public safety, education, and healthcare. Adelup and legislative staff alike spent the week planning and making sure that the venue will be ready. The State of the Island address is set for Monday at 6 p.m. We'll bring you coverage of the address.
The second town hall to discuss Bill 26 is being held this hour in Inarajan. The first meeting was held in Dededo last night. Senator Talina Nelson introduced the measure that would extend the timelines and means of notification for the landless purchases on Guam. If passed, then it will allow qualified program applicants more time to make payment arrangements and land officers to assist unsuccessful applicants to transition to other housing land programs.
I looked at the law and I said, you know, this is 400 people roughly that will be affected. And you know, what can we do for those people? What can we do for our own local people, right? So he said, well, let's present a bill that adds a little bit more flexibility.
The town hall meeting starts 6:30 p.m. at the Inarajan Community Center. The bill is currently in committee and will be scheduled for a public hearing next.
Applications will be made available in other news next week for DOE's pilot pre-kindergarten program. Eloise Sanchez, the school program consultant, said the program is going into its third year of implementation.
The 4 schools right now that are implementing the pilot pre-kindergarten program include up north is Finnegaden, and then we're down over at central the central area at GQ San Miguel, LBJ, as well as Marshall Sublime.
Applications will be available in different languages and are open between March 10th and April 21st. A lottery system may be used for schools with excess applications. Sanchez added there are still plans to expand the program in the future, adding a program evaluation has recently been completed and submitted to the acting superintendent. Well, also, it is everyone's responsibility to fight back against invasive species. That's the message coming from Adelup during a proclamation signing declaring this week to be Guam Invasive Species Awareness Week. Our territory has 129 documented invasive species, including the little fire ant and that pesky rhino beetle. Acting Governor Ray Tenorio was joined by members of the Guam Invasive Species Council, as well as the Department of Agriculture, for the historic site.
One of the reasons the rhino beetle is at the forefront of the invasive species in the minds and the hearts of the people of Guam is because the core of our identity, the Guam flag, the Guam seal, that coconut tree is starting to look like it's not really going to make it.
This is actually the second year the council is using the week to raise awareness in the hopes to stop the further spread of invasive species.
This Sunday, you're asked to try speaking Chamorro only. It is an initiative by Dr. Michael Bavacqua and Kenneth Goffigan-Looper. They are Chamorro language revitalization advocates who encourage you to participate in the third annual Ha'anan Fino Chamorro Ha on March 5th. On Sunday, the goal is that no matter who you are talking to or what you're doing, that you use as much Chamorro language as possible. The rationale behind this day is that although the Chamorro language is an essential part of Guam's heritage, it is being used and being heard less and less. Ha'anan Finut Chamorro Ha is meant to provide a reminder that in order to save the Chamorro language, we have to make it a part of everyday island life. And we should also add that Dr. Bavacqua will be Monday's passenger for Cruising with KUAM. He'll be talking about his efforts to preserve and promote the Chamorro language, and you definitely don't want to miss that. Cruising with KUAM airs Monday, 6:30 p.m. on KUAM TV8. All
right, your Dial Rent to Own Athlete of the Week is coming up. But first, your Island Weather.
This is Pollock, and this is Pollock, but they're totally different. One is Pollock, South Dakota, and the other is real wild-caught Alaska Pollock from a certified sustainable fishery. And that's the Pollock you'll find in the McDonald's filet of fish. So, no matter where you are, you can always get real fish caught sustainably from here. So let's review. This is that one place called Pollock, this is real wild-caught Alaska Pollock, and this is who can bring it all together, sourced from a sustainable fishery. And it's delicious.
I just picked up the cake for the baby shower.
Yay! You know she's having a boy, right?
Oh boy.
Buick now has an SUV for that. Introducing the new Buick Encore.
I knew I could trust you guys with the cake. No problem. That was close.
One of 3 luxury SUVs from the new Buick.
Buick celebrates March Madness. Get a sweet 16% below MSRP on select 2017 Buick SUVs in stock. That's over $4,400 on this 2017 Encore.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
Day Guam, Chris Barnett with Sports Friday. Woo! Business! Be my Miss Chamorro on this Discovery Day weekend. Yes, we're saying Discovery Day again, apparently. On the way, we fade away from violence basketball, but first, as we do every Friday, let's kick it off with our Dial Rent to Own Athlete of the Week. Friday, woohoo! Dial Rent to Own here in Dedito, where they got specials going on for March. My man CJ here, what you got going on this month?
We got $9.95 specials for certain markdown items.
There you go, man. Right now, our Athlete of the Week presentation. Our Athlete of the Week this week, Ellie Pokaigui Jr. Congrats, Ellie.
Thank you.
All right, we'll get more on Ellie in just a sec, but CJ has a special message for you.
Congratulations on being Dial Rent to Own's Athlete of the Week. Who would you like to donate this check to?
I would like to donate this check to the Purebred Jiu-Jitsu Academy.
There you go. You took the words right out of my mouth. Jiu-Jitsu. 7 gold medals, 2 bronze, and 1 silver in your pretty short jiu-jitsu career, man. I mean, you're a beast on the mat. Let's talk about this latest tournament that you're able to medal in.
We had a lot of preparing to do for this tournament, like a 12-week camp. We had our coach, Steve Oshiro, who taught us with a lot of conditioning, a lot of strengthening workouts. Even Professor Steve, who helped us with a lot of techniques and also conditioning. So we really had a lot of conditioning and techniques.
There you go. So you went out there, repped Guam really good. Let's talk about jiu-jitsu. It's just taking off, man. A lot of people are into it. Why did you choose to get on the mats?
I like jiu-jitsu because it really helps me with my lifestyle. It helps me be healthy, stay fit, and I like to help others too. So,
What's your go-to move, man?
triangle.
Like flying triangle?
No, pull guard to triangle.
There you go. So what was the competition like out there?
It's really big, a lot of people, and it's like everyone's watching you. You be so afraid and stuff like that, but just got to keep your head in it and just keep your eyes on the goal.
Let's talk about representing Guam. I know that's got to be a big deal for you.
Yeah, a lot of people, they always talk about how good their state or wherever they're from is, but a lot of people from Guam, they're good. They just need a chance to show their talent, and that's what they need to do.
There you go. What's next for you, man? Young kid in the jiu-jitsu game. I mean, you're rolling deep, you're rolling hard. What's next?
To stick with jiu-jitsu and one day hope to get up in the promotions.
There you go. I don't know if they told you, but you need a driver's license, the big one to cash this check.
Yeah, they didn't tell me.
All right. Hey, man, our Athlete of the Week, Eli Pukaigui Jr. Keep it up, son. From Dal Rentone here in Dedido for Athlete of the Week presentation.
KUAM Sports Athlete of the Week is brought to you by...
Ellie wanted to shout out Steve Roberto, all of the professors, coaches, and Steve Ashiro for his training, the 2017 Pan Kids Lil Smasher, and most especially his parents, Ellie and Mary Pukaigui. Day 2 of the Fade Away from Violence Clinic wrapping up today at the Guam Sports Complex Gym. Great turnout for a great cause for the first day with kids from 5 different schools taking part in activities. The program aimed at risk kids from FBLG, BMS, Untalan, Agata, and Jose Rios. The students attending a 2-day clinic learning fundamentals of basketball from Guam Elite basketball coaches Will Stinnett and Dominic Sablan. The kids learning teamwork, dribbling, passing, and shooting techniques. Officer Paul Tapau, I tell you, he can take it to the rim. The Guam Police Department added that the initiative of the program is to give the kids a healthy alternative of lifestyle choices, decision-making avenues in which they can actually use sports and exercise as a way to break away from drugs, alcohol, and violence. All right, Guam. Hey, have a great weekend on this Friday. Woo, business. My name's Chris. You keep on shining, Guam. Adios.
Take on the unseen with a car that checks your blind spots. The Nissan Maxima, Altima, and Sentra.
Hey, smart spenders. Shell's Buy Food, Get Fuel promo is back. And this time, Shell's giving away grocery coupons too. Shell has partnered up with Cost You Less and Island Fresh to help you save. Spend $30 at any Cost You Less or Island Fresh and receive coupons for $5 off of your next $30 fuel purchase at any Shell station, or purchase $30 of fuel at Shell and receive a coupon for $5 off any $75 Cost You Less or Island Fresh store purchase. Visit Shell, Cost You Less, or Island Fresh today and start stacking on savings. Some conditions apply. See stores for details.
The Down Syndrome Association of Guam exists to support families of individuals with Down syndrome. We're a group of parents who have children with Down syndrome and know the joys and challenges of raising them. For more information about the health, development, and education of a child or adult with Down syndrome, please contact Vicky Areola at 472-6114.
I wish I knew how it would feel to be free. I wish I could break all the chains holding me. I wish I could say all the things that I should say. Well, I wish I could like a bird in the sky.
No one likes being stuck. That's why Ford is developing new ways to help you move through life faster, easier, better. Today and tomorrow.
We're going further, so you can.
Welcome back. Before we wrap up the news, here's your latest round of birthday shout-outs with the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. And happy birthday going out to Ethan Daniel Cabrera Guzman, celebrating his 11th birthday from the family.
Happy birthday wishes to Jocelyn Johanna Quintanilla, her 15th birthday.
Happy birthday to John Baza. Love Mom, Dad, Louise, Hannah, and your entire family.
Doris Babalta has a birthday today, and this was posted by her friend.
And happy birthday to Jean from Mimi.
All right, remember everybody, go to KUAM.com and register if you can be in the birthday club, because you could possibly be the winner of what we are about to announce next, an ice cream cake for one special birthday celebrant.
That's right, and the winner of this week's delicious Cold Stone Creamery cake is Kai Marley Duenas. His birthday was on Monday.
I remember reading Kai Marley's birthday. Have an extended happy birthday, Kylie. Kai Marley, sorry about that. Everybody stay tuned, because there is more coming up right after this.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion.
Happy day, everybody. I'm Jason Salas. Thank you so much for watching. We have a really good event to start off the program right now. It's the EFIT Run 2017, brought to us by our friends at Bank of Guam and Guam Cancer Care. It's a wonderful event, and we are bringing this to you now. Unfortunately, I have a very good friend of mine who is the right man to be talking about a 5K, because I see him running all the time in Tumon, bringing tourists to the island, letting them know how much we enjoy fitness here. Mike Nahalawa. Mike, it has been too long, my friend.
Well, thank you very much for hosting us here. I mean, you know, like I said, we're very excited about this year, and we're looking forward to a massive participation of others from our community.
All right, outstanding. Yeah. And Karina Kito, welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Very happy to have you. No disrespect to your event that I actually let the paper slide. But it's very good once again, and we're proud to be working with you in the very fine work that you guys do over there, partnering with yet another Guam private sector company to help take care of people in our community that are affected by cancer.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. We're humbled to be named the beneficiary of this event again this year. So.
Yeah, Mike, the bank has gone places, of course, in positive ways over the years and everything like that. But there was the very wonderful event at the basketball court. I saw you guys. I got to tell you, my friend Kim Cook looked great with like that big that big wig and everything like that. But the bank has always had a very solid foundation in giving back to the community and being a very strong corporate partner.
Yeah, that's a corporate mission. I mean, we really go out of our way to support a lot of the endeavors, a lot of the issues that's out there, especially with nonprofits. And I think what happened is that Guam Cancer Care hits it right at home. It takes care of our residents, our people that are affected with the deadly disease. And the good thing about working with Guam Cancer Care, money stays here in Guam. I mean, and we see the direct results of what Guam Cancer Care has been able to contribute, and what they're able to to do a lot of great things, healing people, navigating the people around with respect, fighting this disease, even to the point of, and I know Karina can probably say more, but it's even paying for the medicine, the treatments.
Exactly.
It's just a lot of good stuff, and it's a tough disease. I mean, we're all affected by it, and it's our way of a corporate giving, but more so to really support a worthwhile endeavor and a charity that affects us all.
Well, and one way that we as a community, Karina, of course, get involved is by going out and running together as one community, one family. So let's talk about the 5K race, because anytime we talk about 5Ks here, everybody's ears perk up. What is the route? Because that's always important.
Oh, we're starting in at the Bank of Guam headquarters in Agana.
Right. Yeah. Okay. We started at Bank of Guam headquarters. It's a flat course. We proceed east on Route 4. Then we make the right turn off into West O'Brien, and then we cut through right in between the old PDN building and Academy, and then we hit Santa Papa Road and go back to O'Brien, and then all around. We turn around. Our turnaround point is the 9th Street. That's the place where the Chodi market is at.
So this is the very scenic tour of Agana.
Historical Agana.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we even passed by the museum. We passed by a lot of the landmarks. I mean, it's like I said, it's a very easy course.
Yeah, because it's all flat. And I happen to know that this is the course that when 5Ks are held here, I don't think any world records for speed are going to be broken, because when people are running this, there's so much cool stuff to see. Everybody winds up taking selfies.
Yes.
But surprisingly, a couple of years ago, we had somebody actually come in for a 15-minute 5K.
Wow.
Yeah, so there have been some records broken, and like I said, and then we have an added incentive. The top finisher, both the male and female, $1,000.
Nicely done.
So there, so there we have a maximum effort. I mean, everybody does attend it, and like I said, it's great. It's our corporate way of providing opportunity. I mean, with the 5K run, and I mean it's all about giving back to the community.
Okay, well, real quick, Karina, where can people go to sign up and register? Because the sooner the better.
Well, they can sign up at any Bank of Guam branch here on island, Hornet Sporting Goods, Guam Cancer Care office in Tamuning, or also online at Eventbrite.
All right. Well, thank you so much, both of you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll see you there.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Okay,
Please stay
great.
tuned, everybody. We are back right after this stitching.
Hey, smart spenders. Shell's Buy Food, Get Fuel promo is back. And this time, Shell's giving away grocery coupons too. Shell has partnered up with Cost You Less and Island Fresh to help you save. Spend $30 at any Cost You Less or Island Fresh and receive coupons for $5 off of your next $30 fuel purchase at any Shell station, or purchase $30 of fuel at Shell and receive a coupon for $5 off any $75 Cost You Less or Island Fresh store purchase. Visit Shell, Cost You Less, or Island Fresh today and start stacking on savings. Some conditions apply. See stores for details.
Chuck E. Cheese's Guam is not all fun and games. Our pizza is delicious with the freshest toppings, oven baked to order. Try the fresh salad bar, sandwiches, and don't forget our mouth-watering wings. Come and eat at Chuck E. Cheese's Guam.
Tourism, it's our #1 industry. As Guam's largest employer, tourism supports 20,000 jobs. In fact, 1 out of every 3 jobs is tourism related. Annually, tourism generates over $150 million in tax revenue. Without it, every household would pay an additional $3,100 per year. From real estate to retail, tourism has a positive impact on every industry. Make Guam a better place to live, work, and visit. Support tourism.
Here at Make-A-Wish, our Wish Kids wish for all kinds of things. A lot of them involve traveling to faraway places. On Saturday, April 29th at GPO, we'll be holding an airlines mileage drive to help us grant these travel wishes. If you have spare airline miles, you can donate them without any transfer fees. And your donation will go a long way. And so will our Wish Kids.
House to Home, brought to you by Remax Diamond Realty.
Half a day, my friends. At about this time, we're normally back at our Harmon home base, where Liz Duenas from Remax Diamond Realty joins us each and every week. But this week, Liz, you are actually hosting us at your business,
yes.
And it is beautiful out here. We are in East Agana, and you got a great place.
Thank you.
Okay, now the process of surveying is something that most people have heard of, but I would venture to say very few people actually understand. So that's what we're covering today.
Well, when we get a seller who comes in, the normal process is we would ask about the lot numbers, and they would bring a map. And we normally will, when we look at the map, we'll look at the shape of the lot, the location. We'll also look at the size of the lot. So if you bring this in to me today and you say, I want to sell this lot, this doesn't help me. I need to know what's the location. And then what I would do is also go on my government map and check out where the site is, because what would happen is we need to know where it is. And here's the government map, for example, and I'm verifying the size of the lot. And then I want to get more details. So it'll show me the property. So it's a great government reference tool. So if I click on that, it'll show the lot number.
And this isn't privileged information. This is absolutely free for anybody online.
It'll show the lot number. It'll show the size. And then if I want additional information, it'll give me what did the government assess that for tax purposes. And then it'll also tell me the zone. However, you cannot rely. So for example, if it's commercial zone, you can't just rely on that. You'd have to verify. Because remember, this site is uploaded by a vendor. And you'd have to go to the government just to verify the information. You can't. We had a situation where we had property that was listed with an M zone. And then when we went to the government to verify, it was actually agricultural zone.
So to summarize to this point, even if you have a professionally produced and assembled survey by trained and certified engineers, that's not always enough.
It's not enough in terms of getting more information on the property. So in front of us, we have just a general map. When you have your maps, of course, you want the lot number, you want the reference to the size, you want to see has the map been signed. And then the next step is usually at the end of the process. You don't hire a surveyor on the front end. When you get an offer, it'll normally state the purchase is subject to inspection of the boundary points approval, and also a surveyor marking the points and you walking around and inspecting it. And so a surveyor would have to be hired to do that. And sometimes you would ask for an as-built. And here's a sample of an as-built map.
All right.
An as-built map will give you reference, where does the building sit in relationship to the lot? How many feet away is the from the boundary point? So it'll give you much more detail in reference to the property. So if there's a storage shed, it'll show storage shed like that, for example, how many feet. And this is a map of our building where we're at.
And obviously, even though this is only on a flat piece of paper, the annotations within this also show you like
Everything,
in 3 dimensions, elevation, depth.
Everything regarding the property. Is it conforming? Is it within the guidelines of the zone for that particular subject property?
And then duly certified, as you can see
and
down
duly
there.
certified, exactly.
Okay, so
what we're going to do is probably take you from here, and I want to show you a survey department.
All right.
And then also take you out and look at what are you looking for when you're inspecting the boundary points.
Now I'm a big dork, so the one thing I like about this is the plotters. You guys have those huge plotters that generate this, and so can we actually go check out some actual surveyors?
Yes, we will.
All right, so this is the theory. Let's go take a look at the practical department of surveying. All right, here we are among the surveyors, and Nestor is the most senior of this group. Nestor, very good to meet you. How many surveyors are there on Guam in total?
There are about 8, including one government surveyor at land management.
What is the most difficult type of land to survey on Guam? Because we've got so many different types, like various, you can sit on top of limestone, you've got developed properties already, you've got completely undeveloped jungle. What's the most challenging?
The most challenging is the retracement of boundaries.
Mm.
We have to go through the original survey map that usually were prepared way back early 20s, 1920s.
So it's taking an old map and trying to update it.
Yeah, cadastral maps of the island.
How often do you do that? Like, how often do you have to update maps?
It depends on the owners. Because if they want to build a house,
Yeah, for like our purposes, surveyors would come in to mark the points for the buyer, and then the buyer has to inspect those points to see it meets his approval, and then the transaction can move forward. Once they see the points and that it fits exactly where they think the lot is, then we can move forward with the transaction. It's usually a contingency in their purchase agreement.
Okay, so even though your colleagues right now, a lot of them are entering data on the computers, they're doing like a lot of in-office work right here. These are also the fine men and women that also do like a lot of the field work. So they go in, they set up the equipment. We see them as we drive by them, taking samples and taking data.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So you guys are sealing the floor full service. Huh?
You can see right here, she's plotting a map, and she's using the best application for plotting maps.
And she looks like she's very, very happy with her work. See, there's a nice big smile. Yeah. So obviously, your colleagues very much enjoy what they do.
Oh, they do, definitely.
All right. So Liz, you were saying we can actually take a look outside to take a look at some survey points.
What are you looking for? We tell people, do not look at the row of coconut trees. Do not look at rebars, because those don't mean anything, right, Nestor?
Right.
There's a cap that you have to look for, correct?
Yeah, there's what do you call it? ID, surveyor's ID.
There's a number.
I can show you.
We'll tell you what. Let's go ahead.
Let's go outside.
Yeah, let's go ahead and head outside and actually take a look at some real life survey points.
So Jason, on the map, you'll see that these are boundary point markers right here.
I see.
So Chris here is one of the, is in the survey department, and he's going to show us one of these markers. Hey, Chris?
Okay, interesting. So they look like little lifesavers, like little candies and everything. And these are actually placed strategically throughout the island and various properties.
Yeah. So if
I've never noticed these.
So if your property point, that's one of your property point, and there's a surveyor number. So right there, number 65 identifies which surveyor did the boundary points.
Okay.
So usually you would look for the shape of the lot and go from this point to the next boundary point. And then if the lot is square, then you'd go from one point to the other just to ensure that all those points are placed. Do not look for rebars, because rebars aren't your proper boundary point.
You were just saying that. Now, I know some people are thinking, for purposes of like when we get bad weather or typhoons, how are those things anchored to the ground?
They're actually nailed in.
Okay.
Sometimes there's a wall in place.
And they're very secure.
And they're secure, yes. And sometimes there's a wall in place, and the surveyor will have to see where it is and place a marker, right, Chris? Yeah. They would place a marker wherever that point is.
So they're secure and they're also safe. So like people obviously won't be able to trip over this, like a dog's not going to,
That's right.
dig it up. Or okay,
yeah, that's right.
Interesting. I've never seen these before.
Well, this is what we look for. But again, we're not surveyors. We need the expert to come out and show those points.
Okay.
So as a buyer, they have to approve that they've seen it and they've met the contingency in their purchase agreement.
All right, Liz, as always, we appreciate the information. I've learned a lot today, so thank you for having us here at RE/MAX Diamond Realty Guam. We are in East again. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, everybody, we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm interested in one of your new Samsung devices.
I've got just the one for you.
We opened our online store, upgraded our website, and increased our call center to better serve customers.
What do you think?
Solid.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Okay, I was just like, I'll do it. All right, everybody, half a day, and welcome back. If you're watching us on KUAM TV 8 or streaming us on YouTube, we have a really cool event coming up. The University of Guam is part of their Charter Day activities, which happens each and every year to celebrate when UOG was first formed, is holding its 2K and 5K on Sunday the 12th. Now we have here Janice Sablan, my very good friend, who pretty much runs the show at UOG these days.
No. At the Endowment Foundation, yes.
There you go. Well, we are very appreciative of your effort. And we have Erin Wong, who is on the UOG women's volleyball team, who is a very, very successful. You guys won the championship for the college league, so congratulations.
It's actually next weekend, but so far we're ranked #1.
And you're going, well, you know, precursor of things to come.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds.
Knock on some wood.
Thinking positive.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's find out everything about like the 2K and 5K. 'Cause Janice, I know the route to do the 2K and 5K is basically around the perimeter of the campus.
Right. Yeah.
And UOG is a lot bigger than people think.
It is.
Where does it start?
Okay. It starts in the front of the field house, the UOG Calvo field house, and then wraps around the soccer fields and goes down the Marine Lab hill and back up. So it's a little bit of a challenge if you're doing the 5K.
Okay, that is key.
That is key.
A lot of people think they just go all the way around. They go around the science building and come back to the field house.
Yeah.
No problem.
We wouldn't want to leave the Marine Lab out. So it's a challenging run.
Well,
but
UOG does challenge the body and mind.
yes, exactly. And President Underwood did it last year, and he made it to the end. So I'm saying, people can do this. And then it does go around the perimeter of the university out towards the GW road and then back in. But it's a nice Sunday morning run. Not a lot of cars in the area. Beautiful breeze.
Yeah, the breeze up there coming off the bay is crazy.
Yes. And that's why we added the 2K, because we know that there are some people, such as myself, that don't want to do that hill. And people with strollers. So we said, we'll add in the 2K, which primarily goes around the Dean Circle and then back out to the front.
Okay, we're going to talk some more about how to get registered and everything.
Right.
That's coming up in a moment. But Aaron, I want to talk to you about what it means to be an athlete at UOG. And, like the athletic program at the home of the Tritons has had this huge overhaul in very positive ways and everything like that. You guys wear the school colors. You guys play with pride. You guys are very, very competitive. What does it mean to you to be part of that big program?
Well, it's actually really awesome because before that was never really existed. Before you just had to play like with club teams, but now it's actually sort of like a legit thing. And next week the following week, we're going to be traveling to Taiwan and competing with other collegiate level teams. So that's awesome how this program can branch out past Guam and not just stay within the island. So it's really awesome.
And hopefully we'll have some intercollegiate, athletics on a permanent basis.
Yeah.
Like they do in the States. And, you guys will be playing top level competition all the time.
Yeah, because we do have the potential and the talent. And I think people just opt to stay here because, it's home. So for them to have that opportunity, what people in the States have, would be really awesome.
And I've been to some of your games and the women's volleyball team goes out and they support the men's baseball team and everybody supports the soccer team. You guys are all one big family, even if you don't, play the same sport.
Athletes are athletes. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's your own community. How does it feel to be able to support each other?
It's good because, not everyone knows about our games. So if we don't really have a crowd, at least we have the other teams that are rooting for us, and that's comforting and it's nice.
That reminds me that these young athletes, these young scholar athletes, they really require the support of the island. It's not just Tritons come out, alumni come out, family come out. This is, when you go to a college town, who comes out? Everybody comes out, if you go to OU, the whole, the state really supports that.
Sabrina's going to love that, being an alumni of Oklahoma.
There you go. So we would, come on, Sabrina, you can come out.
I can literally hear cheering in the background.
So we want the island to come out and support. You just find out about our schedule on our website at uog.edu and come out and support our athletes.
All right. Well, one thing that we do want to get people to come out and support is, of course, that run. So let's go back to that and talk about that. Where can people get registered? Because the sooner you do it, the better.
Yes. So you can register on Eventbrite for, convenience. Go online Eventbrite and you'll see our Triton ad. Or you can go to Hornet in Tamuning or at the UOG Calvo Fieldhouse in the main office. And it's $7 for pre-registration or $24 for a group. And then it's $10 on the day of the run.
All right. So Aaron, we'll give the final word to you. What does it mean, once again, to be representing UOG? And what would you like to say about people to come out to the 2K and see you guys play?
It's awesome to be part of the athletic group and to also be going to school at UOG. It's home. And also to come out and run with us. Yes. Oh, run that hill.
So we want to encourage Jason to run as well. So, we're going to, yes, we brought him a little incentive. This is our very new, this is something new that we've had come out, the new Trident. So you'll see our UOG students holding up these 3 fingers.
Okay.
Ina Descubrisetbi is really our, our motto there. And so we want to give that to you. This is the official Charter Day shirt for this year. And
thank you.
It's all you.
All right. Thank you. And my size too.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Okay, hopefully that's not going to cover the microphone.
No,
so thank you both very much.
Thank you.
All right, and everybody, please make sure to register. Go to Eventbrite, check out the UOG 5K run. That is going to be awesome. Register now during commercial break.
Come out to Charter Day as well.
Yeah, like right now.
14th.
As in right now. Okay, we'll be back after this, but register right now. One of these are cool.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your fourth meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Mas.
Your love is like a fireplace. Your warm, sweet embrace. I want to see your face again. Your love is like a fireplace. Your warm, sweet embrace. I want to see your face again. 'Cause I'm caught up in the current of your love. And as you walk along the beach alone to escape the wild storm, amplified by the musical tone, supplied by the John Dang Show. Supplied by the John Dang Show. Rockin' steady, I'm gonna put it on you. Are you ready? Caught up in the current of your love.
A beautiful, healthy smile is an expression of confidence. The more confident you are about your smile, the more likely you are to fully express your feelings without having to worry about the way your teeth look.
Before cosmetic dentistry, I didn't smile as much. I didn't have the confidence, and it shows. And since I've had cosmetic dentistry done, I feel 10 times more confident. I make my initial introduction with a nice big smile and a handshake, and I just, feel like it really is a relationship builder, a nice warm smile, and it makes the clients and customers feel more comfortable with you, feeling confident, and they feel that you're not just there for business, that you're also there kind of as a friend as well. So, it's amazing how powerful a smile can be. A good smile.
Since your smile makes a significant impression on those around you, it is important that it makes the impression you want it to make.
It's time to recognize those heroes in our community that make a difference, that go above and beyond and work relentlessly to make our island a better place. For their commitments to health, the environment, our culture, their future, and our community as a whole. It's time to pay tribute to these shining stars. The 6th Annual KUAM Care Force Honors. Visit KUAM.com to nominate someone today. The 6th Annual KUAM Care Force Honors is presented by
All right, everybody, we are going to conclude this Fiesta Friday with Tourism Works, our weekly look at people and organizations doing wonderful things to promote the island. Tonight, we bring you an island icon, Dr. Judy Flores. Enjoy.
Tourism Works, brought to you by the Guam Visitors Bureau.
Hafa day. My name is Judy Flores. I'm from the village of Inalahan, and I specialize in the art of batik painting. So J Flores Inc. is my company, and we deal a lot with tourism. I'm standing in the G Flores building. It's a historic building, first built as you see it now in 1914. And in the ground floor, which we call the bodega, is we've established a museum. So it's called the G Flores History Center or Museum. And then we added the Hotno Bakery. So we started in 2012, and we've been going strong ever since. I took my research and have put it on the walls in the form of pictures and text that tell the story of Inalahan. And what we did to kind of preserve the old houses, because a lot of them are abandoned, is board up the doors and windows and paint scenes that I remember as I was growing up here. So we have the painted histories is what we call it. It's an ongoing project, and we involve a lot of school students, volunteer, service learning students, or any group that wants to contribute to the painted histories. we opened 5 years ago because of the request by tour companies that they wanted something that they could see. We do get tourists that come by, and we do, when we are open on weekends, they read about and hear about the Hotno Bakery, and they come here looking for the Hotno Bakery. The most gratifying part of my job is doing the art with the people, with the volunteers. I like my own space to do my own art, and I do my large pieces at home in my own studio. But the most gratifying part is working with students. And that is something we did very currently with the Japanese dance group who dance Chamorro dances. They are a Japanese Chamorro dance group from Tokyo. And they come every year, and they join the Dinanya Minaguf that is held at Gepago. And then they do something with us. Tourism really, well, for example, I wouldn't be able to start this museum without the help of tourism dollars. The grants that they give out to local grants, to local artists really help us connect with the tourists. We are working very hard to create the message that we should support tourism and welcome our visitors, especially here in Inalahan. And most of the residents are very accepting of tourism. We have to keep reminding them that there are so many opportunities here for local artists, local produce farmers, and makers of Chamorro delicacies, Fiesta plates. We can do that all here in Inalahan, and we do that at the Street Fest. We are involved with the tourism industry because they come by, especially on weekends when the Hotno is open. Those are our regular opening days. Tourism comes and locals come, and we like to have that interconnection, that interaction between locals and tourists.
Tourism Works, brought to you by the Guam Visitors Bureau.
And as always, if you would like to see our entire collection of Tourism Works packages, make sure to head over to our YouTube channel and click on the playlist. You can find all of the Tourism Works exhibits. Really, really cool. All right, everybody, we are out of time. We will see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion. The Voice, brought to you locally by
Triple J Says Yes. Check out our new and enhanced website at triplejguam.com. Get real-time view of every vehicle in our inventory, instant trade-in, plus easy financing. Triple J Says Yes. triplejguam.com.
It's an all-new episode of The Voice. Tonight, our coaches continue to build their teams. Season 12's blind auditions start right now.
We're ready to see me start whipping some ass. We'll see how that goes. Hey, I didn't know the gloves were off. Gloves are off.
Wow, he's fired up, Blake. Oh my gosh, he's really out there. Oh my gosh, are you serious? Literally childhood dreams coming true. I can't even tell you. My name is Ashley Levine. I am 23 years old, and I'm from Miami, Florida. I have been singing since I can remember. My mom is from Haiti, and my dad is from New York. I love you.
I love you back.
I have 2 older sisters and a little brother, and we all sing. It was always like a huge musical happening at our house. In 8th grade, my parents separated. My mom and dad are actually 20 years apart. So my dad is 76 and going through mental issues. At the beginning, he would be like, Ashley, come help me change the TV channel. I can't get this remote to work. And then I would walk in there and see him holding like his alarm clock from his bedside. Doctors told us this is early onset Alzheimer's.
I need a little bit of help.
All right, let's go. To see somebody like that, not getting to be themselves anymore, you know, it's just hard. That's when I started songwriting, to emote everything that was happening. Getting to write things out and sing them was such a blessing. Just recently, I graduated from college and I got my degree in music. And it wasn't an easy decision, but I decided to pursue my dream of singing and writing and to audition for The Voice.
Now that Alex and I are stable in our careers, we're able to provide some stability for my dad. This is the perfect opportunity for Ashley to venture off.
Everyone deserves a chance to follow their dreams.
Go! Today I'll be singing Let Him Fly by Patty Griffin. I really connect with this song, whether it's like my dad or leaving my whole family behind to do what I love. I feel a huge weight on my shoulders, but I can't wait to make my dad proud.
Ain't no talking to this man, ain't no pretty other side. Ain't no way to understand stupid words of pride. Would take an acrobat, and I've already tried all that, so I'm gonna let it fly. The proof is in the fire. You touch before it moves away. Yeah, you must always know how long to stay and when to go. Ain't no talking to these